Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today it is part 24 of the Apocalypse Challenge. And, every time I say what number we're on, it always like floors me. Okay. I'm always so floored. All right. So this week we do have only one birthday. I thought maybe Addison would have a birthday this week, but it looks like it's actually next week. So we are going to go in and move all of these toddler items. We're actually going to keep this toy because it's both toddler toy and child toy. But yeah, and we're gonna add some children items, okay? Because technically, I've been thinking about it, and I think the kids' toys, I think the reason that there's no limits on that is because they all teach them something. So they are both fun and useful, and I think that's probably why there was never anything limiting them because it still falls in line with the can't use it if it's not fun and useful. So I think that's the reason why, okay? So we are gonna go in and I'm still using, like, the cheapest option of all things. So this is the creative table where they're able to do crafts and draw. Then we're gonna use the science thing where they experiment. They obviously can't make potions or anything like that, but it is a start. Now we do have Melissa, and I know I'm not the only one who is worried about her progress, you guys. I'm, like, super stressy. She is trying to unlock the villain branch of the secret agent career, and it's supposed to unlock this 8 by 8 space. Now, that would be super helpful because then we could just have rooms that have all of these items in it, okay? And then we would not have to put them in the family inventory. We could just have rooms prepared for whatever we need, right? Whether it's toddler items or bassinets for babies and then, like, extra beds and whatever, all of those things could be put away in their separate spaces. Now, I am surprised that we're able to teach family recipes to children, but I love it, okay? Because at first I thought I was going to have Melissa teach them to Evangeline to eventually hand them down to Addison, and so, you know, I'm grateful that I can teach them both right now. 'Cause you never know what's gonna happen, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we don't know whatever is going to happen in this game, so I'm glad I'm able to teach them now. Obviously, they won't be able to use them until they're teenagers, but that is coming soon. So this is our last week without them being teenagers. Next week, Addison will become a teenager, and it hasn't been that bad. I thought that the gap between the ages and the generations would be what's the word I'm looking for? Would be more evident, but I think that we did okay because we had so many adults doing so many jobs, and we were really struggling to make sure that everyone got the job done. Now, obviously, we had Melissa and Rachel were both in predicaments where I just like, Rachel got fired. Thought she was gonna get demoted, and she got fired. How insulting that was to my entire existence when that happened. Like, now, fortunately, we did give Rachel a part-time career, so she did complete something, but, um, Melissa is just genuinely running out of time. Now, that being said, let's just recap on the reasons that this could be, okay? So, of course, naturally, they don't have showers, so they are a bit dirty, but they can shower in the rain when it is raining. So, we're not completely lost for that. However, she is irresponsible, she is a dropout, she didn't have high confidence, she is not a slob, and so everything makes her uncomfortable. Now, this new generation, okay, we are making a huge effort with them, okay, as much as we possibly can, which means they are already like grade A students. Well, Addison is for sure. I'm not entirely sure about Megan, but she's getting there, okay? They are slobs. So their surroundings don't bother them, which is a huge, huge game changer right now, and they're only children. So we are having them learn a bit, they're having fun, they're doing their homework, they're doing really well. The real test is going to be when they're teenagers. Obviously, we still have the option to move someone into that first generation, like with Melissa and Evangeline, but I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna get that done. Melissa, like, I don't know, she has level 10 charisma, but she is miserable when she is talking to people. Like, she does not make friends easily, and I'm not entirely sure, like, I don't know if she's erratic or I don't know. I think she cringe maybe? I don't know. She struggles making friends, okay? And so we are noticing that it's, like, not really happening for her that well, but I'm trying to get her to shower in the rain because it is raining and we need to use that to our advantage, like, every single time. So, we're doing our best. She is, level 9 in her career. Now, of course, because of the career that she's in, there's actually 11. So she still needs 2 more promotions, guys, and we've already gotten notified that her time was, like, coming to an end, like, make the most of her final days. I think there's 1 more. I think we get 3 notifications maybe? It's 2 or 3, before it happens. So it's like, I don't know if you get one every second day until it's, like, time or what it is, but we're we're feeling the stress from that. So, unfortunately, I'm strongly feeling like she's not going to complete this career, which is kind of sad. But I mean, that being said, we did have 5 out of 6 complete their career, so it was not a total loss on that generation, okay? 2 of the careers, obviously, including Melissa's, would be not the ones that we planned. So, Melissa would be total loss. However, she did have the children. So, she did help. Like, she did give back even though she didn't she's probably not gonna complete this career. She did have the children because Evangeline ended up being infertile after her miscarriage. So, she was super helpful and she did really good, It's just she didn't have great luck, essentially. So, we're doing okay, I think. I mean, ideally, we would have someone move in at this time so that we could work towards the administration career, so I'm still, like, looking. Now, obviously, the sim that we would have move in is would have to be a young adult, and even at that, we're gambling at this point with it because they could be a young adult, but they could also be a young adult on the verge of aging up, right? So then we would only have an adult. Oh, this is a young adult. Okay. So we are gonna give this a go. Melissa, like, struggles so much. The only hope that I have for Melissa is that she gets pregnant again, and, I mean, even if she doesn't give birth, it's like it saves her, like, a day or 2, Like, I know that sounds, like, completely awful because it kind of is, but at this point, I'm just trying to, like, salvage her career. I'm just trying to salvage her career at this point, she is so close. Satisfaction begins, "Well, this is nice. Look at their romance. Holy moly. Let's roll with this." I can hang out for a bit. Thank you so much, Adrian. He's like a whole vibe. He's a whole vibe. He is like I get the crumble bottom calling. I wish I could answer that, sweetie, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how much friendship they need to have them move in. Like, how much friendship do they need to have 'em move in? I don't know. Learns about his financial status, and Adrian seems to be doing okay. Okay. But yeah, I just, like, if we could just get someone to move in and start that career, and hopefully complete it, like, I don't know. I don't know. It is it's hard, like also, you guys are gonna know explosive malfunction seems to be happening quite a bit, but we actually don't have power in the house, which is why we can't use the oven, which is weird because the oven said it functioned off the grid. So, mm, I don't know, I feel like that was a lie. So, here we are, and yeah, so the oven actually doesn't work, and we just have it now as, like, a placer because we can. It's just a piece of furniture at this point, like a decoration, but we have it because we can. That is the sole reason at this point. But it's fine because you know what? The fridge actually does work off the grid, and the reason it works is because we can add ice to it to keep the food cold. So, all right, so their romance is like through the roof, and I need them to be friendly with each other so that he can move in. Come on, darling. You gotta be wanna like you gotta wanna be friends with her, right? Please and thank you. Okay, so we oh my goodness, there's so much in their stuff. So we're only allowed to have one thing in their family inventory. I'm not overly stressed about the urns from the miscarriages. Okay, there has to be something here that I can do. I'm like, come on. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's an explosive malfunction and it's considered an event. And sometimes when like there's events going on, you can't do other things. Like, I mean, their friendship is not super, super high. Okay. So it could also be that we're going to brighten the day. Like, this girl is level 10 charisma. How is this not easier for her? Okay. We need to get out of these. We need to get this like out of her pocket. We need to put it in the house. And one of you wonderful people said, maybe we should be saving these and using them for the teenagers to help with irresponsibility. And I think that's excellent. The question is if doing those helps with their grades. See, this is another debate that I've been having, right? And I know I mentioned it. Can't remember if it was last time or the time before, maybe the time before that. It's all kind of like melding together at this point. But okay, so there were 5 out of 6 children that were dropouts, okay? So what does that mean? They did not go to school, okay? They had an F. Everybody had an F, all right? So naturally they didn't graduate, right? Something seems wrong with Melissa's pregnancy. Oh my god, she did get pregnant? Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. She's super exhausted too. That'll do it. I think the risk is higher, obviously, when they're elders, and we are learning that elders' needs go down quicker than most. So that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry, Melissa. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, so we did have 5 out of 6 children who were dropouts, okay? But Evangeline, because she was the youngest, at one point, I was, like, not really paying that much attention, and she would end up going to school, and I'd have to have her leave school because obviously they automatically right? They automatically just go to school. Now, I don't know if it's because she went to school and kept leaving early, but she was expelled from school. So, she was obviously still, like she didn't okay, expel and drop out is the same thing essentially, because they can't do any careers. I was more concerned that there was less careers that she could do, but we were lucky and that didn't happen. So there is like a flat base of, okay, you didn't graduate, these are the careers you can do. Now, I'm wondering if we do these projects while they're teenagers, will it help them with their grades also? Is that something that we can pull off? There is no limits to projects, just that nobody can help them with it. We could buy multiple projects for them to do to um, keep them going. Now, I don't know if they actually have to go to school for the projects to register, um, that they've been done. Okay, so yes, it will help with their responsibility and kind of counteract the missing school, okay, for the most part, I'm hoping, right? Between, like, taking the trash out and maybe doing their homework, we're gonna have to keep their homework, and then doing the projects, we might be able to I don't know, I mean, obviously, I think we'll be able to do a better job at dealing with the irresponsible problem, okay, as we've seen the last time, but when it comes to the grades, if we could just keep them from being dropouts and not graduating, even if we can't get Adrian to move in and or if he does and he doesn't complete the career because he doesn't have enough time, we could keep them from being dropouts, right? Then we would be able to do all of the careers, and then we could do the, education administration career. So there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about right now, and they're all dependent on something else, right? I can't plan what career these kids are going to be doing. Okay. I don't know what the next generation is going to look like because I don't know if I can save them from themselves. Okay. So the thing is, they are not going to high school. So we are either going to have a miracle here based on hard work and a stroke of luck. Okay. Or they're not, and we are still going to have to use the careers from the list that were given from the dropouts. Okay, so he is moving in, so we are gonna remove that money, okay. They don't have any money, so that's gonna be pretty easy, money 0. Alright, so they're woohooing. I'm still trying to, like, salvage Melissa here, okay, I really am, but okay, hold on here. We need to get him a job. He's gotta come this way? What? No, no, ignore everything, Melissa, like, I need you to, like, bust your hump right now. Okay, so we are gonna get him a job. Come here, please. There we go. Quickly now, darling. Okay. So straight to education. Yes. No, we are not going to take that work assignment. So he just started education 1. What does he have? Nothing but fishing. That's excellent. Excellent. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. Um, Now it did seem like he was not quite a young adult, not quite an adult yet. Like we still have a bit of time. So, I mean, I don't know. Either way, even if he was to complete this career, these kids are not going to high school. It will help the future generation. So, we still have to prepare these kids, okay? So that we can make sure we are ready. We still need to figure this out because if he doesn't make it, we are going to know if he's not going to make it, okay? It's not like he's halfway through his life. It's not like he's at the end of young adult and he's on level 5 or 6, okay? He is starting off almost an adult, and I mean, we're gonna know in I don't know, they're teenagers for 3 weeks, right? About 3 weeks. We're gonna know in 3 weeks because he's gonna be close to being an elder. We're gonna know what kind of a situation he's in. So, we are also going to focus on the kids and making sure that, we're doing the best that we can for them, essentially. Now, I've done education, like, once or twice, so I feel like they need logic, research and debate, and maybe charisma? I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like that's where we're headed here. So we're gonna get him to do research and debate for now because I feel like it is a part of the Discover University, DLC. So I feel like that is one of the things that we need here. Um, but yeah, okay. Whew. Alright, so we are going to get the kids, we're gonna get them a little bit happier than they are right now, and then, like, they do still feel uncomfortable, obviously. Okay, guys, they still need to, like, shower and stuff, and I am having them work hard at school. But kids are super simple, like, to do, like, fun things, and because they're not so uncomfortable by the dust, their feelings of being uncomfortable are not that hard to manage, okay? Like, pulling a loose tooth and whatever, that goes away after a few hours. Forgot about this project. Okay, where are we putting this? Maybe up here? Uh, this dust is in the way. Okay, you're done your homework, please come move this dust. Thank you so much. Yeah. So there's a lot going on here right now, and a lot of it is, like, trying to figure out how we're gonna have the teenagers go to school because like I said before, we still have enough careers, um, that can be done without a diploma that we can still go for about 2 to 3 generations, depending on how many kids there are. But I do wanna start to focus on other things, you know? Other things are more priority, so we're not going to be, like, lost, essentially, right? There's gonna be no lost time. We are still going to be working towards careers, but we are so limited, right? I mean, there are a lot of careers, I'll give you that. There are a lot. And some of the ones that are available to us right now are super helpful, and some of them are just, like, extra, right? So, yeah, that's it. There's just a there's just a lot going on in my head when I jump into this house, okay? There's a lot going on in my head. Attraction changed. Well, okay. Sure, sweetie. Alright. Proposing, of course. Wait! Oh my goodness! We can't do that. Her first love was Joshua Green, the rival. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. You're only supposed to be with your first love. Oh my god. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, but we're not done with her yet. Oh my goodness, she's filthy. Oh, no. Oh, Melissa, sweetie, are you sure? Grim, are you sure? I feel like maybe your timing's off. Oh my god. No, no, no. Okay, let's plead for her. Oh. Why are you so slow, Adrian? Please don't be a dud. Don't be a dud. Don't do me like that. Okay, we don't have to move Adrian out because he moved in because they were friendly. Okay, we didn't move him in because they got married. So technically having him in the house is not breaking a rule. What broke the rules was all the romance and woohooing and the baby they almost had. So that is not like a super cause for concern, but like, oh my goodness, I forgot they can only marry their first love. Oh my, oh my. Okay, so we're okay. Um, sometimes the game has a way of humbling me. I would have totally forgot about that, guys. And I guess it didn't really matter anyway, because there goes Melissa. Oh my goodness. And actually, you guys, Evangeline, we don't need Evangeline anymore either. We don't need her because we were only keeping her because Melissa, we knew was going to most likely pass away you know, before the kids got teenagers. So we don't need her either. She's already maxed her career. Wow. So now it's just going to be Adrian, the TA, and the girls, which you know what works better for us right now anyway, so that our focuses are more strategic and centered, okay? Because Adrian is going to be really uncomfortable still. He is not irresponsible, so we do have that going for us. He's actually glowing. Oh my god, is he an alien? He's an alien. What? I don't think it really does anything for us. Oh, good, he's clumsy. That should do it. Now, luckily, his daily task is homework, so he can do that from home. Hopefully, it stays that way for a while, and it will help us get on our way. Obviously, he still has to be in a certain type of mood to get it done, but, I mean, this is looking up, guys, it's looking up. So we do have Addison is, like, the highest you can go in her schooling. Um, Megan is a B student, so hopefully she'll be an A student this week. All we can do is the best that we can do, okay? At this point, I know that sounds, like, redundant when I say it that way, but literally all we can do is the best that we can do in their situation. So, we are doing everything we can, okay? The kids are doing their homework, their extra credit. They are moving up in their schooling, okay? That is the best we can do for them at this time, right? That's the best we can do. On another, like, level of this, okay, in the skill level, we are also doing the best we can do. We still have to make sure that their needs are met and that they're happy and fed and all of these things, doing their homework. Yes, she should miss work. She's actually gonna quit her job now. We don't need her for money because we have someone else in the house. But yeah, okay. So, yeah, we can only do the best we can do, and that is the best we can do for these kids. Okay, make sure that they are happy and fed and they're doing their homework and they're working hard at school and having them sleep through the night so that they're not exhausted. Like, this is it, guys. This is the best we can do for the kids. Adrian, on the other hand, is a whole other situation. He is going to be super uncomfortable. He's not a slob. Unfortunately, how blessed would we have been if he would have actually been a slob? Hello. But yeah, he is not. So he is just another adult that we are going to have to work extra hard with to try and make this happen. Again, it is a big maybe. All right. Because he is like 3/4 of the way to being an adult. So we've already lost probably about 3 weeks worth of his young adult life. And we are trying to pull off, again, a small miracle here, left, right, and center. Everybody is working towards a goal that I'm not entirely sure is attainable. So it's going to be really hit or miss for these next few episodes with these Sims. Oh, look at you go. Absolutely. I'm so clumsy too, eh? He's clumsy and he just destroyed the cursed book. So I feel like he'll be falling more regularly at this point. He's gonna be falling quite regularly, and you know what? That's fine. That's absolutely A-okay. Alright, so we are Thursday, and the week is slowly coming to a close. Very slowly, but I think it's going to pass by a little bit quicker now because Adrian and the kids are gonna be gone to school the whole day for the whole week, right? So, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Carmen, for picking up the garbage for us. Super helpful. Thank you. But yeah, so, I mean, obviously, the kids and Adrian will be off to school. Oh, I forgot that Evangeline is still in the house, so it's actually not gonna go by that quickly. Okay. Sweetie, no, you can't eat. You can't eat. I'm so sorry for you. I need you to not eat, though. I'm so sorry, but I need you to not eat. You can use the washroom and get some sleep. That is the extent of what I can offer you, Evangeline, at this time, but you have been the real MVP. Like, you truly live up to your name and your career. You've done wonders for us in this house, and I just wanna let you know that before your time is up. Now I am moving these gnomes. You guys, I don't love the gnomes. I don't I don't love the gnomes, okay? So, apologies to everyone who does like them. I do not, and that's it, that's all I can say. That's it, that's all I got. I don't love them, so we're getting rid of them. They're just in the way at this point. We don't have enough space for random gnomes to be popping up everywhere, okay? Now, the girls are back home from school, so they immediately are going to do their homework. Ooh, promoted to a TA. I love that. Thank you so much, Adrian. Homework complete. Please do the next. All right, we are gonna get him. Oh no. It's because he's very sad, isn't it? Or is it because he doesn't have Oh, it's because he's outside. The minute he comes in, is he gonna be too uncomfortable to do it? Or maybe he needs somewhere to sit? Is that what it is? Yeah, like I said, I have done the education career, like, once or twice. I don't remember, I don't remember exactly what we need, but my best guess is probably, like I said, research and debate, charisma, maybe, and logic? Like, I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. It would be awesome if his only daily task was to complete like, the grade work, essentially. Oh my goodness, you've gotta be kidding me. Oh, Adrian, look at you putting out the fire. I'm already liking this. Okay, alright. I'm alright with this. So sorry, Megan. So sorry, your toy has been squashed by fire. Actually, and so has one of the grills, but luckily we don't use them anymore. They're just there as like a fail-safe should something happen to the fridge, because the cooler is not working like I want a cooler to work. I want it to be like a cooled inventory that you could put in your inventory. Does that make sense? It does make sense, doesn't it? You want it like you guys too, you would want it to function like a real cooler so that I can open it up and put food in there. And yes, maybe the food doesn't last as long as the fridge. That's fine. But why not work it like a cooler? I am not putting pre-made cereal and applesauce into the cooler. I'm putting foods that, when we travel or we're going to the beach for the day or we're doing whatever, going for a picnic, everything stays cold. All right. So why are you not working for me? Like, why isn't this working the way I want it to, for goodness sake? Oh, Melissa, sweetie, hi. Oh my god, she just got rid of that garbage. Okay, he is still too uncomfortable to do this. It's only 25% done. I can literally do nothing else for him except have him woohoo alone and go to bed. Like, that's it. That's all I got. It's already 4 AM. He is not gonna be happy when he goes to work on a Friday. Sorry, buddy. I, like, missed I missed I was not watching the time for your own sake. So sorry. Hopefully, they're all gone before Evangeline, expires because that will really, like, put a dent in their day to have witnessed it, and oh, of course it is. Didn't I just say I was hoping this would wait? What kind of boots does she have on? Oh my goodness. Those are Emmett's boots, aren't they? They come from the come from the thing. Oh my goodness. They come from his outfit that I got when I did the last, like, I don't even know what to call it. The last, like, calendar event that we had. Oh, goodness. Alright, so the kids are gone to school. I need to make sure Adrian goes to work. There we go. Now we are in business. Evangeline, it was a pleasure doing business with you, sweetie. Alright. So, a lot of dust. A lot of dust. Alright, so he's home, he's exhausted. Homework complete, please do it again. Mental level 5. I mean, we're getting somewhere. It's not like we're not getting anything done, we are. Like, if we can ever get everybody on track for, like, happiness to some kind of level, burnt out, of course. Of course you are. Of course you're burnt out. Why wouldn't you be? Oh my. Okay. Let's real talk Adrian for a minute. Okay, I know he's burned out right now because I have him busting his hump, but it was because the weekend was coming and I knew he wouldn't be working, right? Like, he's burnt out right now, but he'll be fine by Monday when he goes back. So, we're gonna have to get him to learn skills, do his daily task, and be happy. We had no prep time for him. Am I hopeful? Um, no. Realistically speaking, I don't know if he'll be able to get it done, but I I hope he can, but I'm not hopeful. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe, but maybe not. But whatever, we're giving it a shot. We moved someone in, and we are going to give it a try anyway. Um, yeah, we're gonna give it a try. That's you know what? That's all we can do is try, and if we don't succeed, try again. Right, so now we are going into Saturday. It's our last day here. We have had a bit of an eventful week, 2 deaths, 1 move-in, um, 1 lost career, but 2 very successful children, right? 2 very successful children. It's almost Addison's birthday, so we're Saturday. I think it said her birthday was what, Tuesday? Wednesday? So we'll see that at some point next week. Oh my. I'm, like, nervous. I really hope that we can figure out a way to, like, work around the dropout situation, even if they got, like, a D, right? Even if they got a D somehow, I would be okay with that as long as they're not a dropout. Now, the only thing that I can think of is that even if we did all the projects and we kept up with the homework from home, right? Because they're not actually going to school, I'm concerned that they're going to be a dropout either way. So, it's all going to depend on how the games like, the system is set up for the school. It's all gonna depend on yeah, on how it's set up. If they never step a day into the school, are they automatic dropouts even though they're doing, the projects and the homework and whatever else? Are they automatically dropouts? That is the question, right? I think that Evangeline got expelled because she would go and leave early, but dropouts, is it because they never stepped foot in school? Okay, so it's gonna be really interesting figuring that out. Um, we do know at the bare minimum that we can keep them from being irresponsible, which obviously helped Evangeline quite a bit. We are also choosing their traits, which should help them quite a bit. Now that they are not, now that they are slobs, they are more susceptible to like good moodlets, like focused and energized. Even neutral, we saw Megan be neutral earlier. Obviously, right now they're super sad because their mom has died, their aunt has died. It's been a super duper sad week for them. Adrian is like, "Holy Hannah, what did I just get myself into?" But welcome to the circus, buddy, because this is your last stop, honey. This is your last ride on the circus train, and it's a long and miserable one. So, you know, buckle up. But yeah. So we're gonna get the kids to work on the logic and the charisma because like I said multiple times, those are the main skills that we have for a lot of like the basic, right? Charisma and logic are generally the the base skills, right? That and fitness, but they obviously can't use a punching bag right now. So we will wait for that. In the meantime, we'll do everything we can. We will try to keep Adrian on top of his daily tasks and working towards his skills, trying to keep everything clean, cleaning up after the girls because everything they touch gets super dirty because they're slobs, but it doesn't bother them. So as long as it doesn't bother them, that's all that matters. Now, unfortunately, it bothers Adrian, so he is going to be doing the hard work to make up for that. Um, but yeah, so he's exhausted, so we're gonna throw him to bed, and the girls are going to keep working on their skills, and, hopefully I don't know, hopefully it just works out for them, and we are able to keep them under control, and yeah, I mean, that's about it at this point, but we are at the end of the week, and so, getting everybody to bed, making sure they're happy and they're fresh for the start of, Sunday, which is a new week for us. It's also when we are going to see Addison become a teenager, and we are really going to start to see the efforts of our, the fruits of our labor or whatever you call it, because we're gonna see what it's gonna look like for schooling when she's a teenager and she's doing her homework and the projects and, a grade A student. We're gonna see what it's like when she doesn't actually go to school and she doesn't make it. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, but I'm also excited because you know what? We didn't really get to do this the last time because there was way too many kids. We weren't able to choose their traits. We weren't able to really focus on them. They weren't slobs. It was really trial, like, doing the best you can, except now we're able our best is better than it was before. So, it is good. It is good, and we are going to make the most of it, but yeah, I mean, and that's it. It's the end of the week, it's Sunday, and so until next time, see ya.